Hi, I'm Justin Bloyd from RB Sigma, and today we're going to talk about why you want to hire a project manager, a certified project manager, to bring a product to market, to assist with engineering, generally anything that you're trying to do that involves leading people, managing vendors, managing other suppliers, the benefits of hiring a project manager. As we talk about project management, today we're going to focus on a case study on a product for the bedding industry that we successfully brought to market several years ago. It's an important product, but really it's an important story that most likely is played out countless times in the US. This is a product that was originally designed in the United States, but then outsourced to China. Our client had an amazing opportunity with QVC to debut their product in front of a nationwide audience. QVC issued our client a purchase order, and upon getting the purchase order, our client worked with their Chinese supply chain. China said, we can't hit the lead time, we can't meet the minimum order requirements that we originally quoted you, and the price is going to be higher. For companies that don't have large resources of a corporation, when China said they couldn't manufacture this product, but only for a higher price, this caused our client to seek domestic help. And that's where they came to us and said, we have 6 weeks to bring this product to market, to ship it, and debut it on QVC. And they asked for our help. And what we did is we reverse engineered the entire product with our engineering staff. We sourced it domestically in the United States. We originally started off by identifying a certain number of vendors for all the component parts. We audited those vendors. The one thing that we look for when we do a vendor audit is, how's their quality? How is their on-time complete? What kind of internal procedures do they have to ensure that product is going to be made to spec? And so after we completed those audits, we worked very quickly with our manufacturers to expedite the manufacturing of this pillow. When you talk about project management, one of the things that you do initially is you need to have a good risk analysis plan. What are the things in this project that could cause the project to fail, be late, miss your timeline, or under budget or over budget? And then you need to have plans to counteract those things that could possibly happen. So when we laid out our Gantt chart of we need to bring this product to market in 6 weeks, we looked at the pillow, the memory foam, the fabric ribbon, the zipper, the headwell fabric. There's a insert inside of the pillow that you can rotate, so that's 3 other component parts. What things could go wrong in the manufacturing of those items, and do we have a contingency plan for it? For this product specifically, it needs a cast aluminum injection molding tool that had a 12-week lead time. Well, if we only had 6 weeks to bring the product to market, we couldn't bring it to market with a 12-week lead time. So we worked with our manufacturers, we worked with our suppliers in the tooling industry. We came up with a way to develop the tooling and cut the tooling in 4 days. Now, a lot of times you'll say, how did you do that? And the answer is we expedited it by paying the vendor more for them to prioritize our work ahead of the Fords, ahead of the GMs, ahead of the Chryslers that they were already working with. So we had anticipated that we bought ourselves back a week, that this actually increased our timeline by a week. We were in our fulfillment center in the Midwest, putting the pillow cover on the pillows, putting the pillows in boxes. And in fact, we had shipped the pillow. And we used a third-party testing agency to certify that all the product was met to spec per QVC standards. And in the United States, every bedding product needs a law label, needs a care label. In the US, the law label font height needs to be a 10-point font. And when we worked with our vendors and our suppliers, they made the care label for us and the law label, but unfortunately they used a different font type, which caused the print to be slightly smaller on the law label. the law label was something that we identified in our risk analysis, that we said we need a third-party consultant for this item, because we're not, as project managers, we're not experts in every industry, in every process specific to an industry. That's why you use good third-party consultants for things. And even though we had a great third-party consultant, we couldn't control that the vendor used a different font style when they actually printed the law label. And that caused us to have a variance that was unacceptable to QVC. And QVC told us, we can't air this product because the law label doesn't meet the requirements. And if you fast forward the timeline a little bit, pretend that you have 2,000 units in a trailer on the warehouse grounds of your client, and you have to either ship that truck back to rework the goods, or you need to find a local solution to rework that product. It's very costly. There's time associated to it. And this was a time that we didn't have 4 more days to troubleshoot this problem. So we identified that we had an issue, and as good project managers, what we do is we figured out, how can we get a variance to this regulation? We worked with 13 states plus the city of Detroit, the Secretary of Commerce in each state, and we were able to get a written variance so that the product could debut. So ultimately, we had a successful product debut. If you don't have a strong internal team that can bring something to market in 6 weeks, or you don't have a strong internal team that can communicate with vendors, understand Lean, understand Six Sigma, understand the true process projects need to follow so they can be successfully completed, then you should consider using an outside resource like RB Sigma for project management.